Hey, what's up, guys? Borges here, coming at you live in Salt Lake City, Utah, United States of America. Today is September 7th, 2015. The time is 11:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I wanted to share with you guys today uh, something that I've been having a lot of trouble with. I never knew about talking on camera, let alone how hard it is until I started doing it. So I really wanted to make this video goes out to anybody who's really having a hard time with talking on camera and wants to know how the steps to getting better at talking on camera that makes it look that much more professional for your videos. So that being said, let's get right along into the video. All right. So tip number one, you wanna make sure your audio is working correctly. That's a huge thing. I've done this mistake so many times. It's like ridiculous. It's not even funny. Like you gotta just make sure that you do mic checks. That you mic check and you preview it in your stream before you hit that record button. There's nothing worse than going through a 10 to 20 minute, 30-minute video clip where you just nail every section, and the next thing you know, boom, you hit that stop record button, and boom, you look at the replay button, bang, there was no audio. So yeah, just make sure that audio is working correctly, because if it's not, it's gonna save you hours of headache. Just always mic check before you hit that record button. Excuse me one second, I have to take a drink. All right, moving right along into tip number two. Okay, tip number two, make sure you have plenty of water nearby to clear your throat before you start. And that being said, is you're gonna learn this if you keep doing it for a really long time. You're gonna realize that talking is really stressful on your throat, especially if you talk non-stop for hours on end. You're gonna realize that it's gonna start to hurt and crack after a while, and it's gonna be it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy to talk after a certain amount of time. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm having trouble talking almost 30. But just make sure you have a lot of water nearby. It helps. If it starts to hurt, take a break. Take like a 5-10 minute break. Really gather back up your throat strength. Clear your throat, get some water in. Do some yawning stretches. Really helps out with the muscles and stuff like that. And then yeah, just make sure that you do that. Just really pace yourself as you're going. And that leads right into my next tip: is pace yourself. You know what you're gonna say before you say it, because all you're gonna do is fumble your words around and look like you're a deer lost in the headlights. What I mean by that is when really enunciate your words clearly when you're talking. Really get behind those words and really say them, each syllable correctly, because you're gonna want to portray your information to the audience, to the viewers, clearly as you're talking. All right, and it's just gonna look that much more professional and better in the long run. All right, okay, and as well as pacing yourself, you're gonna realize after a while, at least from my experience knowing this, you're gonna find your happy medium to please the viewers, as well as talking. As you keep talking, you're gonna realize your happy medium between how fast your ability to talk is, vice versa to how what's a good speed to talk comfortably, that your viewers will find acceptable and not seem like it's boring after a while, and they get over it, and they're going to want to unsubscribe after a while. So what you want to do is just find the happy medium, and the only way to find the happy medium is through trial and error and experience, and keep doing it. All right, so just keep working at it, and it's not going to be perfect the first time you do it. You're going to mess up, you're going to fail, but the thing is, you got to just keep trying and trudge through it, because eventually it's going to get easier. All right, tip number 4. Okay, this is a big one. Don't look down at your paper, all right, while you're talking, because nobody wants to watch some guy for 10-20 minutes looking down, reading some piece of paper that he wrote, okay, with a notebook and pen. Don't be looking to the left and to the right like you're crazy, all right? Don't be looking up and stuff like that. Look directly into the camera, all right? And Okay, because if you don't, guess what's gonna happen? Okay, if you don't look at the camera and you're looking off into outer space, it's gonna look like you're uninterested in the subject matter that you're talking about. All right, and that's huge. Like you really, for the most part, okay. And on the flip side, don't directly stare into the camera for like 100% of the whole video because it makes you look like you're a maniac. You have to, for 95% of the time, look at the camera. But every once in a while, when you're like, like you're thinking about words to say, or like, you hear, just look. It's hard to look away for a second and look back for a few seconds. Just make sure that like, you're looking at the camera mostly. You're focusing your attention is on this subject, okay? And the subject is the eyeball, which is the camera, and what you're talking about. All right. So the next thing, like also what really helps me when I'm talking on camera is you gotta just pretend it's like the camera is like your friend, and you're mentoring your friend, your best friend or your family member, and like you're trying to teach them how to do something in like a loving way. That's the best way. Everything comes out a lot smoother, like a lot easier, smoother, and it makes the video go by that much when you're doing it in a caring fashion instead of feeling like you're forced to. All right. Okay, which leads me right into my next tip. All right. Tip number 5: make sure your background's neat. All right. Okay, it's always the crazy. There's there's YouTubers out there that do this. Like, they have they're in they're in their room, their house room, or in their studio or whatever. And it's a freaking mess. It's just everything's everywhere and shit like that. Doesn't look professional at all. You know what I mean? Like, you want to make your background look decent. It looks like you got your shit together. You know what I mean? Like, look, make sure everything's neat and tidy. Everything's really clean, and make sure that like it's up to standard. Like it'll make your videos look 1,000 times more professional. It'll make you look like like a professional broadcaster. I swear to God, just all you have to do is clean up your room just a little bit, and it's gonna do you wonders. Okay, and subscriptions. All right, I guarantee you that it's gonna look that much more professional. And as well as the background, make sure you have stuff going on in the background. Make sure like you have like like posters and stuff. Don't just have like don't be in a blank space wall. At least from my opinion, when there's a lot going on, it makes the video look that much more interesting when there's like stuff around. Like my flag, and like my little like Led Zeppelin band, flag in the back, my EVGA poster right here, like it really makes your video stand out and pop out. So make sure you do that. Like really fill up your background. Don't leave empty blank wall spaces in there. All right. Speaking of tidiness and organization, make sure that like your hair isn't all messed up and stuff as well. Like make sure like you comb your hair good, like at least decent. Make sure you like wear a new shirt. Like always be wearing different shirts through each and every video, because it makes it look clean. Cleanliness looks like you're fresh. You're coming in with 100%, 110%, effort and energy and stuff like that. And it goes a long way to have a neat appearance while you're doing broadcasting. And for my final tip, leaving off on a good note for you guys today. Keep doing it. Practice makes perfect. If you can just keep doing it, that's the best. That's the best, even best than tip number 1. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Mess up, hit that stop record and hit that record again and go at it. Run through it, because eventually what's going to happen is you're going to get better, and the next thing you know, you're going to nail a 10-20 minute clip, and the next thing you know, you got 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. So with that being said, I'm Borges, and as always,